Welcome to the Football Fignuts podcast. This is season 10, episode 3, 379 overall. I'm Sinch.
I'm Sean.
I'm Craig.
And I am Britt. And gentlemen, we are back for our second of 4 installments of our preview series. This week, it's everybody's favorite, running backs.
Woo.
You all sound so excited.
Woo.
Running backs.
You may need the quarterback to win the league. You may need the wide receiver to go off to win your championship game. But without a couple of running backs, you probably aren't getting very far. But before we get there, let's start where we always start. What are you drinking tonight? And we'll start with the Sinch.
I am very excited that I have a new beer to try. I have something called Amber Ale Twain's Lost Worlds.
Ew, fancy.
Okay.
So it's Mark Twain on the
fancy.
cover.
That is either the best pouring sound effect I've ever heard, or Sinch has the perfect distance from the mic to pour that beer.
I couldn't even tell you heard it. I just poured it into a glass.
Absolutely heard it. That was awesome.
All right, then. It is a reddish brown color. It has quite the foam on its head right now. So I'm going to taste it and tell you.
Okay. I'm going to guess it tastes like beer.
That's his default answer, though.
That's what I mean.
Oh, it tastes like good beer.
Ooh, I like that. I
I can't describe. It tastes good.
All right.
That's all. If you give it the thumbs up, that's fine.
That's all that
Sean, what are you
matters.
drinking tonight?
I am drinking beer from Imperial Brewing Company. It is the Funk Daddy Sour Series, a 8 ABV sour ale, blueberry lemonade. So it is not as tart as you think it would be, but it's definitely got a little funk to it and very summery. And I'm getting a look from Britt that is like, no, not at all. But it for people who like sours, this one is actually very good and pretty high ABV for a sour.
Does that
Or your
taste
wife's-
like blueberry lemonade sauerkraut?
Sauerkraut? No,
Well, it's sour. Sour beer sometimes tastes like sauerkraut.
no, it's got a twang to it.
Like Mark Twain.
Yeah, there you go.
Like from down
are you
south.
cheating and watching both the podcast, the stream, and participating in the podcast?
No, not at all.
That's how else would you know I made a face? So, all right, I let's move on from whatever that was. Craig, what are you drinking tonight? I can't stand sours. I won't hide it.
I have a hazy IPA called Wavetable by Grimm Brewing, which is in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh yes,
I've never
Grimm
had
is good
I've
stuff.
never had their stuff before, at least that I remember. But this is
Oh,
a very
Grimm Artisanal Ales is good.
This is a very good IPA. It's pretty straightforward. It's not too bad, not too high in alcohol content. I think it's a 6.7, so average.
It's pretty standard for an IPA.
Yeah, very good. Very easy to drink.
All right. I'm yawning. That's why I'm taking a moment there. I am about to open a classic on this podcast. This is The Road to Ruin by Two Roads Brewing. Because, yeah, I've got to support them. They're hosting our draft this year, so
Yeah.
they're hosting our draft this year, and fortunately for all of you, Rosemary's Baby should be on tap. And that means that you guys will finish a notch higher in the draft this year, because I'll be like, I'll be saying things like, is Brett Favre still available? So, all right, gentlemen, excellent. Everybody has a beer. Let's move on. Burning hot takes. I sent specific instructions. Let's see who followed them. And let's start with the person least likely to follow them. Sean, you go first. What's your burning hot take this week?
Wow, you had instructions?
See, I knew it.
Anyhow, my burning hot take obviously has to do with running backs.
Okay.
Mine is that Jonathan Brooks will be the starting running back and probably a RB2 by the end of the season.
That is bold.
I think with him being finally healthy from his injuries. He is the better running back in that group. Their offensive line isn't that bad. I think that he will overtake Chuba Hubbard probably by week 6.
That's not a big ask. You know, I mean, Chuba's not looked great the last year or two, so it's not a huge ask to ask him to overtake Chuba Hubbard. Sean has obviously been looking at MSN.com because I just searched Jonathan Brooks and immediately got why Jonathan Brooks is a can't miss fantasy football option on MSC.
Really? Look at that.
Jonathan Brooks headlines group of breakout fantasy football running backs right now on MSN.com.
Huh.
Panthers running back named among NFL potential fantasy football steals. MSN.com. I'm sorry, Sports Illustrated. It's through MSN because it's just the search engine, but Sports Illustrated and USA Today were the sources for that. So they obviously agree with him. Sinch, what are your thoughts on Jonathan Brooks? Is he the new Chuba?
He went unranked by Sinch.
Wow.
He did.
Then my other question to you guys, when you're answering this, who do you think would be the breakout guy this year?
Craig?
Who has a chance to be the breakout guy this year? That's a
Just
tough
pulled a
question.
go-getter, Ray.
Yeah, you really did. Right now, off the top of my head, I think Chuba Hubbard. I don't know.
Wow!
He has like really big like spurts of greatness, and I know he's on a crappy team, but this might be the year he's like, you know, he gets signed at the end of this year to another team because he did so well. So there's my hot take on running back.
Like Rico Dowdle.
He says, forget your hot take. You are so off, Sean.
Exactly.
Chuba Hubbard is the guy.
Since you got a breakout for us?
I got one. I'm not sure. For me, he's kind of a handcuff more than a breakout. But if he's given the opportunity, I think this guy is an RB1. And that's Blake Corum with the Rams.
Yeah. I can see it. I can definitely see it because Kyron has been good, but Kyron hasn't. I feel, and okay, so this is where I'm still waking up from the offseason. My memories of Kyron Williams are that he scores 30 points one week and the next week he scores 2. So I'm like, I don't know. And that may just be my perception. So don't start sending me hate messages on Instagram. But I feel like Kyron's inconsistent. And I also feel like LA is in a place right now, particularly coming off of the Super Bowl win, that
Seattle won.
Jesus, that was the year before, wasn't it? LA was the year before. Okay. The Rams are in a win now mode. There is no tomorrow. So if Williams stumbles out the gate and Corum starts showing signs, yeah, I can absolutely see it.
Well, you know what? I think Corum is the better running back, but in that system, you're going to do exactly what we want you to do. If we tell you go between these, this hole, that's where you go. If it's a pass, you go 3 yards, you turn around. You don't go 2, you don't go 4. I think Corum is just one of those guys that he doesn't follow everything to the letter of the T kind of thing. So that's what I'm saying. Well, if he gets the chance, I could see him putting up big numbers.
That's a problem with the Rams. They do do what we say, guys, like you mentioned. So, all right. So my breakout is not a breakout, but it's also kind of, well, it's not really my burning hot take. So, and I'll explain more about this when we get to the rankings. Kenneth Walker III, previously known as Walker Texas Ranger or Walker the Rookie or Walker from Seattle, is now Walker from Kansas City.
Yeah, I bet you know who he is now.
I yeah. He's a Super Bowl MVP. Yes, I know who Kenny Walker is now. I think he is going to have an outstanding season, and I think he has an opportunity to finish in the top 3 among fantasy running backs this year. So that's where I'm at. So, all right. So Craig, that you already delivered your burning hot take by slamming Sean. Sinch, what do you got for us this week?
All right, here's what I got. I'm going to try and go quick because this could be a little long-winded, and I do like to talk. All right.
Okay, so I'm readying the air horn.
I want to talk about the Detroit Lions. So last year, they finished with a last place schedule. So that means this year they play last place teams like the Jets, Panthers, Cards, Dolphins, Bucks, Falcons, Titans, Giants. So to me, that means I expect an offensive jump from where they were the year before. Ben Johnson was their OC. He left to be the Bears head coach. Everything went to hell. So the Lions fired their guy. John Morton was their OC. They fired him. They hired Drew Petzing. He's their new OC. He came from Arizona. Everybody sucks in Arizona. So it's not like he wowed them into getting the job. But if you just think about what he accomplished with Jacoby Brissett last year, and they opened up Trey McBride where he was getting a lot of touchdown catches. I just think that where last season they took a dip, they went from in 24 scoring 33 points average per game. Last year that was down to 28 per game. I could really see the Lions having more of an offensive boost, playing bad defenses, bad teams. So I think everyone on the Lions, including their two running backs, Pacheco, who's the number 2, to Gibbs, and I love Pacheco because he runs like his feet are mad at the ground. I'm done. You didn't have to air horn me.
Well, I actually gave you an extra 10 seconds before I pushed the air horn. So
My apologize. Okay. I had a lot of information to get out.
That is why we have the horn, is to say to somebody, you're either off script, or I asked you to name 2 people and you named 7, like Sean did last week.
Coach, you gave me a chore, a task, and I completed that task. I researched. I was prepared.
All right, hold on. Let me check on that for a second. Okay, so
my feelings are hurt.
Sinch raises a valid point. Do we expect more out of the Detroit Lions this year? My answer to this is very simple. Yes, if Goff. Period. The problem with Detroit is that Goff last year looked old. He looked old.
And he's not.
He is and he's not, right? I feel like he's been in the league for 25 years, but same thing with Stafford. But if he plays well, that opens up everything that Sinch talked about. It's not just about passing. When the quarterback is there, and this, I know I'm ranting on Sinch's already established point from 700 years ago. When the passing game is there and your passer is accurate and deadly, it forces defensive shifts. And I feel like last year there were people who knew I just got to keep tight coverage and Goff is going to make a mistake. So I will agree with Sinch. I think we should expect to see improved numbers from the Detroit Lions this year, but I think it all falls on Goff. Craig, what do you think?
I was muted. Haha. Yes, it does all fall on Goff. I do agree. Goff looked off last year a little bit.
Bum.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yep.
I have that. I have something for that.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, but I really think it's all on him for their offense on a whole. So, like Sinch said, if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to win. And he's it there. Because I don't know who their backup is. I have no idea who their backup is.
But it's not that Goff is like too old or whatever. He's a better NFL quarterback than he is a fantasy quarterback.
Yeah,
but the offensive coaching from the previous year with Ben Johnson, who is, I think everyone would agree, an elite offensive coordinator. The next guy up, Goff didn't know where he was supposed to be going with the ball because the coaching was bad.
True.
Fair point. Fair. Sean, your thoughts?
You're all wrong because Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl last year. You don't need a quarterback that bad. No, you do need a quarterback. It was just the right circumstances in Seattle. He didn't have to do much, but I think Detroit they're going to have a good offensive year. Doesn't mean that they're going to be a great team, win the division or anything. A little bias there maybe, but they will put up offensive numbers. They will put up offensive numbers, and we'll see how they do against good defenses.
That division is tough.
Is it the Bears?
The advantage, though, I don't know. The advantage that they have on the other three teams, they have the last place schedule.
Right.
Yeah. Which is what, 2 teams nowadays? I mean, they all play different divisions.
Like 4.
It's the division.
Okay.
Is it 4?
Well, if you're going to play the last place team or the first place or second place team in a division, that's a big difference.
No,
That's a
yeah.
game you look at and you say, all right, we could really win that game, compared to, all right, well, if that guy breaks his leg, we have a chance.
Okay. I like that. Those are all very interesting points.
Great.
Let's move on to the rankings. All right. So our composite rankings, as we do every year for running backs, our number one in a shock of shocks is Bijan Robinson. Everyone ranked him one except Sean, who went with the next person who we all ranked at 2, and he ranked at 1, which is Jahmyr Gibbs. So we are consensus. Robinson and Gibbs are the top 2 fantasy running backs in the league. We just talked about how Detroit's offense should be better, but Atlanta is still Atlanta. Why do we still put Bijan Robinson ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs, even though he's on a far more inferior team? Craig.
Craig, you're muted.
No, I'm not. Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh,
There you
I was thinking.
I'm sorry.
I can hear you now.
Yeah,
We'll do it live.
Hello.
I
Why do you
apologize.
rank Robinson above Gibbs when Gibbs is on a vastly superior team than Robinson's?
Fantasy-wise, for his pass catching, I think just overall, Atlanta's just going to use him more. And he's going to get more targets catching and more opportunities to run because they don't have anyone else. And if you tell me they have Kyle Pitts, I will throw something.
Sinch, same question.
Almost the same answer. They have a new quarterback, even though they don't think they do. Tua will be the starter. Tua is the king of the dump off. Also, Gibbs has Pacheco behind him. He's going to lose touches to Pacheco. Robinson doesn't have that kind of talent behind him.
All of that is sad to me. All right, Sean, you're the only person who said Gibbs over Robinson. Tell us why.
Well, we talked a little bit about Detroit's offense. I think it's going to be even better with this, with the schedule. Also, I'm sorry, Gibbs is a better receiver. Brian Robinson might be a better runner, but Gibbs is definitely the better receiver.
It's pronounced Bijan.
What did I say?
Brian.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Also on Atlanta.
Brian Robinson. Yeah, no.
Also
Bijan,
on
yeah.
Atlanta.
But
not the same person.
Oh my God. But I just think that the better offense, better offense, the opportunity, they're going to be up. Well, I mean, yes, they're still going to throw to Amon-Ra and whatnot, but I think they're just going to use them more than and the running game at Bijan. They'll have to be playing from behind most likely. So I know they're going to lean on him because, again, Tua, but I just think at the end of the day, Gibbs is going to have a better PPR format season.
Oh, you just beat the horn. You just beat the horn there. Good for you. All right, so that's interesting. So I see. I can understand both those arguments. Our number 3 is Jonathan Taylor. Our number 4 is Christian McCaffrey. 2 guys with significant injury histories. I'm going to go to Sean first on this because you actually rated McCaffrey at 7 behind guys like Ashton Genty and James Cook. What are your concerns with Christian McCaffrey?
What they always are, aren't they? Injury.
I mean, you expect me to fill in the blank there? What, his drug history, his human trafficking, what?
Injury.
Wife.
I just think that by the time it's all said and done, the other guys are going to be on the field, and Christian McCaffrey is not. I mean, even if Christian McCaffrey is on the field again, he's going to be slowing down. He's getting up there in age. So
aren't we all?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got James Cook at number 5. We have Ashton Genty at number 6. Again, I'm going to go to Sean on this. Every member of this team has Genty at 7 or 8, except Sean. Sean, please explain to us why him playing for the Raiders isn't an absolute disqualifier for the top 3 and why you're wrong about it.
Why I'm wrong about it. Okay. Well, I think obviously they're going to lean on Genty a lot. Their offensive line has gotten better. Their quarterback play is going to be better because just because it's no longer Geno Smith. But no, also their coaching is going to be better. this year. I think they're going to use Genty much better than they did last year, and he's going to be a receiving and rushing just volume.
Craig or Sinch, you both have McCaffrey ranked ahead of Jonty. Any response to that?
Mine is
Nope.
because he was my lead running back last year, and yeah. that's my reasoning.
Different system now.
Different system now with a rookie quarterback. Yes.
Hold on, I'm jumping in now. Different system has been the NFL Films headline for the Raiders since they were in Oakland. The 2012 Oakland Raiders, a different system. I'm tired of hearing about the different system. I'm tired of hearing about the new day. Tired of hearing about the freaking new stadium. I'm tired of hearing about the new ownership. The Raiders are the Raiders, and the Raiders are bad. Everything they touch turns to shit. And yes, I am a biased Chiefs fan, but the Raiders are bad. Josh Jacobs was a Pro Bowl running back, and now he is an afterthought. Why? Because he went to Vegas. So I don't want to hear, oh, it's a new day in Vegas. They have this. I don't care what they've had. They've had all this before. So I'm gonna debunk that right now and then yield to Sinch.
Well, I'll just say this. The Raiders only had 3 less wins than the Chiefs last year.
How
So anyway,
dare you?
So anyway, I have McCaffrey is in my closing thoughts, so I won't go into great detail. I'll just say this. If McCaffrey plays 10 games and Genty plays 17, who do you think scores more points?
Genty.
McCaffrey.
I think maybe McCaffrey.
As long as his legs work. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna challenge Sean right now. Sean, you, me, and Craig go to Bro Year's Eve every year. I'm willing to bet right now that Christian McCaffrey has more fantasy points in our CBS home league than Ashton Genty when we go into Two Roads that day. And if I'm right, you owe Craig and I a beer, and you have to mail one to Sinch. If
I'm in favor of this.
If you're right, Craig and I each owe you a beer.
And you have to mail one to Sinch. Don't forget that part.
And Sinch has to mail one to you. Say again?
And Sinch has to mail one to me? Yeah.
And Sinch has to mail one to you. Are you willing to accept that bet?
Yes.
The bet is made on December 31st.
Injury
when
is
Christian
part of it.
McCaffrey
Gets injured.
No. You don't get to add. No modifiers.
Injured, it still counts.
Not if McCaffrey's injured, yes. If Genty gets injured, yes, it still counts.
Sure.
When we walk into Two Roads on December 31st, whoever has more points is the winner. And I don't care if Ashton Genty could just walk out to his mailbox right now and fracture his ankle. The bet stands. That
would suck, but okay.
He's putting his money where his mouth is, guys. We can't argue with him. So, all right, moving on. We've got Saquon Barkley at 7. We have Kenny Walker the third at 8th. And that is because yours truly has him at 3rd overall. So I'm going to stop here.
Homer.
The rest of this team has him between 9th and 11th. I have him at 3rd overall. He is behind a good offensive line with a quarterback who's probably going to be ready for week 1, if not at worst week 3 or 4. In an offense that is going to utilize him in ways he has only dreamed of. Kenny Walker has an absolute opportunity to not only be an RB1 in the Kansas City system, but to lead the league in fantasy scoring. All of you, I have thrown the gauntlet down. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Or he could be the next Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Who still had a great year that first year he was there.
Okay. Was he
still
top
had a great
3?
year?
No, he didn't.
I think so.
Top 3? He did not have a great year.
No, I remember. I drafted
who drafted him.
Oh, that's right. It was the second year he actually was good.
You wanted to kill Sean. And then by week 6, you were like, good pick, Sean.
I did throw a chair. Literally throw a chair. So that's fair. That's fair. All right. In all fairness to all of your points, Britt, when's the last time
that Andy Reid's Cardinals, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Andy Reid's Chiefs. I don't know, minor stroke, I'm okay. When's the last time Andy Reid's Chiefs have had the kind of running back you're describing? Because they haven't had it in Kansas City. So are you talking
Nigerian
about Eagles?
nightmare? That's the last
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you'd have to go back before Andy Reid. You'd have to go back to like Priest Holmes.
But that's my point. It's an Andy Reid. He calls the plays.
Yeah.
I think the running backs are as involved as he wants them to be.
But I think LaShawn McCoy is a poor man's Kenny Walker. And we all know that LaShawn McCoy was amazing under him. Craig, Sean, tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know. I think with Mahomes, Mahomes. I know he's supposed to be back week 1, but he's not going to be 100%. They're going to focus on the running game. They're going to try to stop the run. And even at Holmes, he admitted himself that he's going to have to change his play style. Is that going to work? We don't even know. And
the answer to that question is yes.
Their wide receivers are crap. They did it again.
Wow.
They did it again. Besides,
a gauntlet has been thrown, and a Chief receiver did not receive it.
Besides the guy that could be in jail, they're all what? Thornton is going to be your number 1 if Rashid Rice can't play.
Xavier fucking Worthy?
Oh please, they're not. He's not good. He's not a 1.
Get out of my podcast.
So again, you wanted an answer. I gave you an answer. They'll focus more on the running game than they will the passing game, I think, at least the first half of the year, until Mahomes can prove otherwise with his new ankle or whatever it is, ACL.
I just received word that for blasphemy, Sean's air horn timer just reduced by 5 seconds the remainder of the episode. Moving on.
Hey, real quick. I'm sorry.
You were warned.
It'll take 2 seconds. It's on the subject.
All right.
As far as Mahomes changing his playing style, all guys coming back off injury say that. As soon as he's like 2 for 8, he's going to say the hell with that, and he's going to be Mahomes, which is a good thing for the Chiefs.
Okay.
Number 9, we've got Derrick Henry. We're still in the top 10. Jesus Christ. Derrick Henry at number 9, Chase Brown at number 10. Here's the interesting thing. We have them tied. That's actually a tie for 9th. Derrick Henry, Chase Brown in the same sentence? Sinch, why is that possible?
Well, one of those guys in Derrick Henry had 1,600 yards last season. Chase Brown didn't. Henry is one of those guys that he's going to be 38, not this season. I'm saying one day he's going to be 38, and everybody's going to say, God, this guy's been old for 10 years now, but he's still going to be productive. Chase Brown will be a top 5 running back if Burrow plays the whole season and their offensive line is anything resembling an offensive line.
Yes.
Craig, follow up on that.
No, I agree. That's why I drafted. I put Chase Brown at 11 because unlike Derrick Henry, Chase Brown's success revolves around almost everyone else on the offense, whereas Derrick Henry, he can have a crappy quarterback. He can probably still run for like 80 yards and a touchdown. So that's why. But yeah, I agree with
Sean,
Sinch.
I
agree with Sinch though. And his So go ahead.
Sean, you put Derrick Henry 4 spots behind Chase Brown. Why are they wrong?
I think I do believe that Baltimore is going to take a little step back, and I think that Cincinnati's going to finally have a healthy year. I knock on wood here, and I think that Chase Brown is going to have a bounce back with the rest of the team because there we go. That's why.
Number 11 is Devon Achane, who has actually turned out to be a very divisive figure in our rankings. Craig and Sean both have him in the top 5 overall. I have him at 13. Sinch has him at 21. Craig, why are Sinch and I wrong? Why is Devon Achane a top 5 running back this year?
I'm giving Devon A-Chain one more chance. I drafted him when he was a rookie.
Oh, curse of death.
He's clearly had concussion issues, so this is a key part of it. If he can avoid the concussion issues, I think their offense is going to revolve around him, especially with Malik Willis coming in as their quarterback, because their receiving core is questionable, for lack of a better word. So I think their offense,
that's being polite.
their offense is going to revolve around A-Chain as long as he's healthy. And if that's the case, I think he has a good shot to be a good fantasy running back.
Sean, what do you add?
Again, okay.
No, come on. Sean, so he made some valid points. I'm sure you have more to make. Go ahead.
I know A-Chan is I think he's a very good runner. I think even despite the Miami's obvious problems, again, volume is going to be king here. He's going to be the catch-off for them. And at the end of the day, okay, maybe 5 was a little high, but
defend your rankings, son.
The talent is there.
The talent is there. Also, there is the doctor bills. Sinch, you put him at 21, way outside the top, basically at the bottom of the RB2 unit. Tell them why they're wrong.
Man, you guys are on the A-Chain train. There's no way. When you're game planning for the Dolphins, what are you looking at? You're going to say, okay, we just got to stop A-Chain. If we stop him, we're not going to lose the game. No one's going to go in there and say, yeah, we've got to watch out for Malik Willis. It's a joke. They have one player left. A-Chan begged them to trade him. They said, no, we're not trading you.
Yeah, but they have Kevin
This
Coleman
isn't about
Jr.
his talent. Is that the coach?
No, that's a receiver. That's one of the receivers.
This isn't about his talent. He's very talented. Mm-hmm. If he were on another team, he could be a top 3. But he's not on another team. He's on the Dolphins. And right now, the Dolphins
they have Tutu Atwell. Come on.
The Dolphins and Cardinals are looking at this season and they're saying, how good of a draft pick can we get for the next year? Next year's draft, that's all they care about. They would sign up for 0-17 right now.
You ranked him 4th and you're bashing him. What the hell's going on?
No, I'm bashing the receivers. I'm not bashing him.
All right, moving on. We got Kyron Williams at 12 and Omarion Hampton at 13. One of us, Sean, has Omarion Hampton as a top 10 running back. Sean, I want to hear from you, and I promise I will not hit the button for at least a good 10 seconds here.
The button must be pushed.
Why is Omarion Hampton a top 10 option this year?
Omarion Hampton was having a very good year last year until he was injured. It's only going to get better. I mean, look, he's on a John Harbaugh or Jim, I don't know which one, whichever one is in LA. Jim, thank you. Jim Harbaugh system running. They're going to want to run with him. He is, I mean, I know, oh God, they're going to do all this with McConkey and Quentin Johnston and whatever who's out there. And MVP is going to be Justin Herbert, which I do think he's going to have a very good year. But Omarion Hampton is going to be the cog in this whole thing. Their offensive line is actually top 10 this year. So he's going to be a integral part of that offense, and it's going to show. And he will be a RB1 this year.
Did you just call Omarion Hampton the straw that stirs the drink?
Yeah.
For those of you old people out there, that's an old person reference. Okay. Anybody want to chime in on why he's wrong before I move on?
I would like to quickly argue Sean's point with him, even though I don't agree. But I have a good reason why Sean would be correct. With McDaniel as the new offensive coordinator, did you like the way Achane played? Do you like all the catches he got? Hampton's that running back to that offensive coordinator now. That's all.
All right, I like it. All right, 14, we've got Jeremiah Love. 15, we have Breece Hall, who just signed a big new deal. 16, we have Josh Jacobs. 17, Javonte Williams. 18, DeAndre Swift. 19 is Bucky Irving. And 20 is Travis Etienne. Of those guys I listed, Who has the most upside, and who are you looking at as I would not mind this guy as my RB2? And let's start with Craig.
For me, it's probably going to be. And we're starting from Brees Hall, you said, or Jeremiah.
Starting for Jeremiah Love. Love, Hall, Jacobs, Williams, Swift, Irving, ATN.
Probably for me, if out of all, like, I've been burned too many times by Travis, so it's definitely not going to be him. I think I would probably, tough call, but maybe Love or Brees Hall. I'm tied between the two. But then again, Sinch said never to sign a running back to a major contract, and Brees Hall was just signed to a major contract. So
major deal.
I may lean towards Love.
Between the Cardinals running back and the Jets running back, you can't decide.
Yes, that's how bad these people are.
That's a valid point, Sean.
I do love Brees Hall in this situation. But I would not mind taking Travis at ETN either. I think he's going to do very well in New Orleans.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, no.
But obviously my first choice would be Brees Hall as my number 2.
Sinch.
All right, 2 things really quickly. Travis Etienne corrected everyone's pronunciation of his name, and it's pronounced Achan. And I'm not joking. He did that, so that's how he wants. So if you hear someone
say
two
guys
that,
named Achan.
It's spelled Etienne, but it's pronounced Echan.
It's French.
I'm just saying, if you hear someone refer to that, pay attention when they're talking, because it might be Travis Etienne that they're talking about. So, my breakout guy out of those guys is Bucky Irving. Last season, he started out fantastic, and then he got hurt. And then he's splitting time with the other guy. And then the offense wasn't quite right, and the quarterback was hurt. And there was just a lot of weird stuff going on. If you told me, and Irving wasn't like a first-round pick, he was a later, I think he was like a 5th-round pick maybe. So he was a guy that they didn't really know what they had, and then he got hurt once he was good. So I could see him really jumping up this season.
Okay.
I like that sense, yeah. With their offensive line is supposed to be pretty good this year too. And without White there, yeah, if he's healthy, completely healthy, he should be pretty good this year.
All right, so we're running short on time, so I'm going to fly through some of the next rankings. We have number 21 is Quinshawn Judkins. 22 is Jadarian Price. 23 is Cam Scatterbo. 24 is Trayvon Henderson. 25 is the immortal Dave Montgomery. 26 is Chuba Hubbard. 27 is Jalen Warren. 28 is Ramondre Stevenson. 29 is Bayshul Tootin, who I just love saying his name. Number 30 is Tony Pollard. We're getting to the bottom of the list, so we're going to go through this last group. So pay attention here. Who's the guy who impresses you on this list? 31, RJ Harvey. James Conner, Rico Dowdle. Isaiah Pacheco at 34. Kyle Montague. God, am I saying that wrong?
Doesn't matter.
I'm 3 beers in. Zach Charbonnet at 36, Alvin Kamara at 37, Aaron Jones Sr. at 38, followed by Jacoby Krosky-Merritt and Tyrone Tracy Jr. at 40. Rashad White is still in the league at 41. So is Kenny Gainwell at 42. 43 is Blake Corum. 44 is Tyler Algier. And 45 is Jonathan Brooks. Guys, in that bottom 15 from Pollard on, give me one name people should really look at as a value pick. Let's start with Craig.
I'm going with the guy who I think is going to go out with a season of blaze of glory. Since I've always been an Alvin Kamara truther, I'm going to say Alvin.
You didn't even rank him this year, which is, I love it. I actually have that highlighted.
Well, that's because at the time I didn't know if he was going to jail, but that's besides the point.
Sinch, who do you love in the bottom 15?
Isaiah Pacheco. He runs with angry feet. He's a capable receiving running back. Lions like to pass. They'll throw it to the running back. He's going to get plenty of time. He'll share a lot with Gibbs. And I could even see him being a little bit of a touchdown hawk over Gibbs.
Sean, sell me on somebody in the bottom.
Well, obviously, because he was my hot take about Jonathan Brooks. But you gave such a huge freaking line there. I mean, yeah, he's a dart throw, but the people that a little bit higher up, I would say I really like Bajul Tutin.
Because
he's now the main guy in Jacksonville, and their offense is going to be pretty good, and he'll get the work done there. So again, volume.
Excellent. All right, guys, we are out of time. It is time to move to final thoughts. Let's start with Sinch. Sinch, your final thoughts on running back week.
All right, so here's my final thought. Last season, McCaffrey was a beast. He went over 20 points a game 13 times out of 17 games. He was just unbelievable. He had 413 touches. That's a lot. Remember the year before, everybody was saying Saquon Barkley had too many touches? He only had 378. So that was 35 more touches. So I think the thing to remember, you're not going to get the McCaffrey you saw last season. It just doesn't happen. It's never happened before. Barkley dropped down. This season, McCaffrey is going to drop down. And at the same time, I could see Barkley being a little bit better this season than last season after he took it easy last season and didn't have as many touches.
Love it. Sean, what do you got?
My final thought is, hi, Deb. No, my final thought is when you're looking at running backs there, and especially if you have like a question between the two, look at who's offensive line. You got to look at who's good at run blocking, because that's going to make a big difference in your player's ability to be untouched before his first contact. Look at DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift had a very good year, an RB2, and he wasn't touched very long until a couple yards down the line. So there you go.
Show me on the football where you were touched.
If Sean said touched one more time in that ramble, I'd be like,
illegal touching.
all right, I think I understand Sean's point. Craig, what do you got?
Sorry, my brain just blanked
before
on that.
contact. I don't know. What do you want to say?
Wow. I'm still a fan of RB0, but again, if you do that, don't wait too long, or you're gonna get people who are on the bottom 30.
Good. My final thought for running backs is just, and it kind of plays off the same way that Craig was going right now. Don't reach for running backs. Oh my God, everybody has their starters. I've only got one. That means none of them are drafting any of them for like 3 rounds. So don't reach. Wait for people to come to you. Maintain your concept of what you want your draft to be. You will figure out. You'll figure it out as you go. You know what else you can figure out as you go? How to leave us a review. Wherever you found us, it would be great if you just left us a review. Usually it's Apple Podcasts. Wherever it is, leave us a review. It really helps out the podcast. Additionally, you want to reach out to us? You got a question? You got a suggestion? You want to tell me to stop air horning Sean? You can reach out to us at fignutsdfs@gmail.com. Again, fignutsdfs@gmail.com. Gentlemen, always the most engaging discussion. Well, second most engaging behind the tight end defense kicker spectacular, but the second most exciting and just fun to listen to conversation we have every season. Thank you everybody for coming tonight. We'll be back next week. Wide receivers time. Ooh, it's only about 130 names we have to talk about every year. So, but in the meantime, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Hey, don't make me break out the horn. This is my close. In the meantime, thank you everybody for joining us. Appreciate it every year, every week. Really, thank you for coming along. We'll see you next week for wide receivers. Until we speak again, my name is Britt.
Oh, I'm Sinch.
I'm Craig.
And I'm Sean.
And we are the Football Fignuts Podcast. Hi, Deb, and have a great week, everybody.
I already said that.